Alright, hello and welcome to yet another Stronghold bootstrap match. This is on rebalance. The details of the rebalance will be down under the stream. I don't actually have it on me. I don't know what order the video is going to come out in. We just recorded another video between CIO and Altaruss', who is playing this time as well, on Simulacrum. If that one, I'll probably make sure that one comes out first, because that's got a lot more of me telling you about the changes that I can remember. Now, this one isn't an official rebalance setup. This is basically the latest rebalance as produced by Arabian. However, we have reverted the knight changes that he had there. And I will detail why we did that in a moment. I'm just watching the Spearman breakthrough over here. And no Spearman breaking through on this side, it seems. He's actually coming in for an assault. Now, the recent changes, as I detailed in the other video, if you've seen that one, you know, feel free to ignore me. Those things coming forward, they're going for... Wait, what are they? Oh, they went for where the slave was, which was there when they got triggered. They get there and he's not there, so they're going to figure something else to trigger. I think that's a pretty lame thing. I think they should be constantly updating their target path, but I don't think that's easy for anyone to implement. You know, as I was saying, the recent changes were meant to improve the late game, which had become quite a slog. And it tried to do this in two ways. First off, by changing all the siege units to be to be stronger and more expensive, which just means that you have the same amount of power, and the same amount of cost. However, you just have less total units being used. At least against buildings. Against units, it's still one shot, one kill, so it's, I guess, a little bit weaker against units in general. This fight might actually end the game if they're not careful. CIO should really just put some woodcutters here just to block them. I think that would be funny. Anyway, so there was that, and we also, and the other change was the knights. As I said, we've reverted this change for this game just to test and see what's going to happen. Now, the changes there was just to make them a lot stronger, basically deliberately make the knights overpowered. If they keeps that going, that could be game. See, I can keep them in contact, which you can't, unfortunately. The idea being that once you get a certain amount of them, you've basically won, and if you've got the advantage in the late game, it just speeds up the rest of the game. Whereas if you don't have the advantage, it's really hard to get the extra stables to be able to get enough knights to actually compete. And it just makes it a lot quicker for the game to end at that point. It's known as a positive reinforcement loop in the balancing world. But the idea, at least from Altaruss', was that the changes to siege did all that you needed to do to change that. You didn't need to add the knights change as well. And with both of them in the mix, the knights change actually ends up being counterproductive. And so we've taken them out, and we're just trying to check it out now. Hope Arabian doesn't mind. I'm sure he won't, because I'm not actually having anything to do with the balance these days. So I've kind of just taken over a little bit for the day, just because I was interested by the idea that he's kind of done that. Being with overzealous changes, he's kind of made that thing. I was kind of interested to see how it was. Also, at least if we find out this we can either have Altaruss shut up because he's wrong, or we can go, actually, you kind of need to listen to the guy because he actually is right. And so far, I haven't actually seen any of the games with the thing, so I can't really make too much of a comment. But from what I've seen, the late game hasn't been the slog that it used to be. So there could possibly be some weight to what he's saying. and that the knights do not need to be extra strong. We don't need that extra positive reinforcement loop. Let's just check what's going on. I mean, that Spearman obviously got killed somewhere. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, this hill doesn't re-range as much. This is an updated version of this map, but the last version that I played, this hill was actually up here, which means it could range all of this, and I'm pretty sure it can even range most of this hill here as well. I remember being shot into salt piles which were placed up here. Well, I think this hill is a lot more of a slope, whereas usually before it ended about here, I think. So that could be part of it. But from here you can probably range these two. You can't range these two. So that range, because that's back here, I think that makes these slide paths a lot less valuable than they used to be. And with all the effort it takes to actually get through there, that's a bit of a pain. We've got another fight here. Oh my goodness, this is getting close. Assassins go forward, assassins go forward. Get them forward into the Lord. Get that Lord, he's almost dead. Just send them at the Lord. He's basically dead. Come on, keep him moving. Oh no, he's going to go for a raid instead. Damn it. They both need to come back and get an apothecary and heal up those lords. Oh, that's what Altaruss used. I'm pretty sure he used these woodcutters to try stop the Lord from getting out. He had to manually take out each and every woodcutter's hut. Which is how he got so weak. We had a good long discussion on that today, actually. If you're a fan of Age of Empires, there's the is it the quick wall or the quick build tactic that commonly gets used, where you can just, you know, if there's units coming after your villages, you can quickly build a house to destroy the or to block them off and prevent them from getting to you, or maybe you can quick wall them inside an area so that you can trap them there and kill them off while they can't get out at you. We'll talk about that and why in Age of Empires that's seen as fair game, and why in Crusader generally that is frowned upon. My contention is that I don't frown upon it. As long as you're not building inside of where your opponent can build a castle, which I believe on this map is about this line here, out to about halfway out these. Actually, no, it was about here, at least on the last map. It was kind of just before the edge of this side of the cliff. As long as you're not doing it there, you can do it as much as you like, and it's all fair game. Altaruss contended that it's fair game as long as it's on your half of the map. So in this case, this line here, on that side he can do it, this side he can't. So he's got a very interesting castle being built up here with an apothecary to heal up his units. If you're going to do that, Altaruss, so CIO, get your Lord and put your Lord down here, because at the moment your healer's going and healing up all these other units and not your Lord. 56 popularity as well, that's not good. Where's his granary? Here, I can't see in it. He probably ran out of food, which is why he's purchasing wheat to be able to. No, he's got a wheat farm up here. Never mind. You know, the kind of consensus. I mean, I never understood Altaruss's total reasoning behind why he thinks that's okay. He kind of got into a circular argument, which he knows, and he wasn't able to actually explain it. Basically, he thinks it's a defender's advantage. The defender should have the advantage because he feels like the defender should have the advantage. And the attacker shouldn't have it because it's a defender's advantage. That's as far as I could understand. But, whereas, I don't know how that applies to Age of Empires, because he doesn't know anything about how Age of Empires works, so he can't really make any comment on that. However, I felt it can be done anywhere as long as it's not within too close to your base, because, you know, all fair, another war, just like in there. I would be able to concede that, oh, this is going to be very damaging to see these assassins coming in here. You can see that, you know, as long as it's within a certain range of your units, would be fair. A fair limitation. Luckily, you got that more assassins coming in to string over here. His popularity was pretty wrecked already. He's at now at 40. At this point, you may as well just put everything to sleep and recruit a way to get your units below 4 to get to reset. I don't think that's what he's going to do, but that's what I would probably be seriously considering doing once you get to this thing with still with no food, so his health popularity is going to go down further as well. But yeah, if it's within a certain range of your units, that I think could be fair, because in Age of Empires you actually have to have a unit right there to build a building to a quick wall. However, in Crusader you can build it wherever you want, so it's kind of not fair building it, like for example if CIO went and just started building it here, blocking these guys for some reason. That would be a bit unfair, because he's got nothing there to actually, you know, claim it. But if he's got units there, he can. So, for example, he could potentially do it around here. If there were units around here that he was trying to catch with these guys, or if he was trying to catch units over here, or try to keep these away. You know, put some quick walls down here, because he's got these units here. But if once these units said you can't build those, that I could definitely see. These dare are being pushed towards CIO, and CIO is actually starting to hunt them now. So that's actually beneficial to him. I said, he's obviously got his popularity back because he's got all these workers here. Pole Turner's Workshop they lost, which, what was that? 5 stone, 50 gold. Interesting claiming your own hill. I mean, to each their own, but I would have thought claiming the hill on the other side would be better. Now, he hasn't really claimed much extra resource. He's got these 2 quarries. I do think that's the best start, is to go for one side at a time. Compared to Altaruss is going for both sides and not pushing to the center. I mean, he does get the extra iron by going for both sides, although at that distance it's probably, you know, the extra time to take it, the fact that the iron ends up sitting here and not actually being taken, makes up for a lot of that. Whereas over here the iron will never end up sitting here, because they'll get back to pick it up before the next one comes out. So I kind of think that thing is, but again, you do get that extra iron. But I think that very early on in the game you should be claiming these 2, and then once you've got your eco set up, then move over to the side, which is harder to defend. Which is exactly what Altaruss has found. Their stuff's been destroyed several times. While CIO, I mean, he's taken a lot of damage here as well, but it's a lot easier for him to defend it because it's only one area. Whereas if he had this, he would be screwed, constantly running from side to side to try defend both sides. At least that's my opinion on the strategy for this map. I never did notice where these lines ran off to, but obviously they've been dealt with, so yeah, whatever. Arch is now on this hill. Let's zoom in here, watch it. It's obviously going to go Altaruss' way with that amount of units, and CIO backs off as he should. Backs off out of range of the Slingers and then stops to shoot them back. Altaruss goes, you know what, fine. I can't keep up with you, I'm just going to back off myself. 2 Pole Turners, 2 Fletchers, so he should be able to get some archers of his own out soon to help push these guys off. Archers in the center, so these guys will not be getting any wood for him. Does he have any woodcutters outside of that? I don't think he's got a couple at the back here, which are coming all the way down here to crab trees, which is not ideal, but you know, it is what it is. Oh wait, no, he's got one coming Ah, he's got another couple here that are going all the way down here. At that point, you should probably destroy these and build some over here. I mean, these guys will probably, you know, kill off most of them. But that's why you build some over here. I found Crowlotus used to make that excuse as well, that if you can't take the center wood, you're screwed. But I'm like, you can come over here and grab some trees from here. Or come over here and grab some from here. This isn't the only place. I mean, Altaruss lost this one because of these units, these ones because of these units. That's what happens when you've got no map control. He's done a lot of damage, but he just hasn't been able to maintain map control. Although, he might be reclaiming some of it right here. With CIO not paying attention. Yeah, but he's going to lose all those archers. And he's going to lose that hill. And I think he might end up losing that hill as well if Altaruss tries to push that. Here we go. He's going to bring these archers. I think if you go here, they should be in range. And they should also have the height advantage if you go there. That bit there works as well. I mean, these guys are weak, but with these guys doing 1/3 damage, all three die without a single one of these guys dying, even despite the health. Which means he can now claim all these trees again. Oh, that was a building being destroyed. I suspect this Spearman. Is this a red Spearman? Yes, it is a red Spearman. Those Spearmen, I kind of feel like the Spearman's damage should be increased a little bit. It's not right that they end up dying to an archer, which can do pretty much, which can do range damage as well as beat them in a melee fight. I mean, it was only an almost kill died to them, but that just seems a bit thing. And tons of units coming out, and now we're getting Altaruss doing what he always does, and just swamps his opponent. Wait. I say he's got a swamp with units, but he only has half the amount of units of CIO, so I can't really do that. Horse archers coming out, regular archers, spearmen, more archers. Spearmen breaking through here, which means probably planning on sending some archers up onto here. I wanted to say spearmen, but no. And he probably has to spearmen to defend them, but archers up on top of this hill, which will always have the height advantage on pretty much anywhere but this small area here that they can range. Pardon me. Coming forward with the horse archers. Still with that patrolling horse archer over here. Kind of wonder what he thinks about what he's doing. I'm just going to patrol just outside this farm. Yeah, just for the fun of it. You know, I've got a very valuable job here. You know, well worth my, you know, nobility, because, you know, anyone with horses in those days would probably know. Except, I suppose, for the Parthians, which the horse archers are supposed to be based off, I'm pretty sure. The Parthians were a bit different. I think it's basically everyone had a horse in their culture, but yeah, I could be wrong. If anyone's a historian and actually knows the answer to that, let me know. Archers coming out. This is just archers and horse archers. And a wall, assassin-proof wall being placed at the back here. Interesting. And I wonder what he's thinking to, you know, spend that extra few seconds to switch over to a different type of wall. I mean, it's not a big deal, but okay, there's not many assassins. And, I mean, the assassin's got to just come down here anyway, so it's just seems like a waste of time. Not that it's a heck of a lot of time, so it doesn't matter anyway, but still. Wonder if, did we have, oh, that was someone getting shot. Ah, what are these? Dog cages. First time I've seen dog cages show up. Archers sitting behind walls. Not sure exactly how fair I'd consider it. But yeah, I haven't seen dog cage. I mean, I know that they changed the dogs in a recent update. I don't remember exactly what, but now just basically made into these really, really strong units for the sole reason that it takes a lot of units to spawn them, and they only spawn four dogs. So if there's enough units to make the dog cage release, there's too many units for the dogs to have any effect against. So they decided to increase the power of the dogs so that they could actually have an effect. I think they increased the cost as well. Let me check that one. Nope, that's not where they are. That's not where they are either. It's not a tower. It's a dog cage. 10 wood, 100 gold? I think that's what it were. I don't think that's changed, has it? Alright, we've got some maces here and spearmen. I think they're going to come and break that fairly soon. They've almost broken through the walls there. My first reaction to go, oh, you almost through the walls, is get some tunnelers. And then I realised, hang on, these walls here are all going to distract the tunnelers, so tunnelers are actually useless here on this map. And they get pushed off. Spearmen and maces running forward. That should catch the shields. And the other units have had to leave the protection of the shields, which means these Horsearchers, if they push, could have done a lot of damage, but he's decided not to push. Shield down. Man, those shields seem to have a lot of damage against melee. Sorry, a lot of resistance against melee. I mean, for 4 shields being chased for that from back here. I believe shields are actually a bit more expensive as well now. So it's a little bit more of a painful... Okay, CIO, you need to be watching what you're doing. Get all of these into the fight. Don't just let them fight one by one. And then just push them forward so they're not just getting shot for nothing. What's he paying attention to? Is there something else happening? These maces obviously killed off something. Otherwise they would actually have a little bit more health. Cathedral. Arches on all the walls. This is actually fascinating because you don't ever see most of the stuff happening. Even in the rebalance that I was a part of. What is it now? It's late February. It's probably almost a good 5 or 6 months ago now that I left temporarily. I was only meant to be gone for a month and just never came back. Even then, you just didn't see walls like this. I mean, you'd see walls like this. You didn't see dog cages. You did not see this variety of units. I mean, this particular map's not quite as much variety, but the last map, huge variety. Had, I think, almost every single unit used except for Arabian swords, tunnelers. I think that's it. So we didn't see any battering rams or any trebuchets. No, we did see trebuchets. No battering rams or what's the other siege? Siege towers. That's what I was trying to say. Poor and adored. They adore me. They adore me. Alright, shields are going to kill off this hill here. I don't think this hill really did all that much overall. Just because I was constantly distracted by other military units. I didn't really pay much attention to it, so I could be wrong there. And now they're going to get killed off with pretty much no damage because those shields. I mean, that's the power of shields right there. We do have an assassin here though. And another one coming up here. Oh, we did kill a couple units here though. He's realised, pulled them back. Assassin. There was an assassin there, I saw him. He's changed target, he's going for the inn. And fair enough, I will too. Oh, don't put him on the front. You're going to have him do it, go from the back where there's no archers able to hurt you. There he goes. And he's going to die. There we go. But there is another one going for the blacksmith, which is a decent amount of damage. And that's been replaced ×2. That guy's gone down. Good we raid overall. Pretty strong economy over here. Like, eco-wise, I'd say that CIO's got the advantage. Just a little bit, you know. Not very efficiently laid out, but aside from that, I mean, these guys are okay, but then you got these guys coming right around. And losing more troops for very little gain, if any at all. This is just a shame to watch. That many you got units go down for nothing. And he comes forward again. These guys are fine pulling back. Shields come forward, archers and spearmen that way. Shields. Oh wait, we've got Arabian Swordsman being used this time. These are the first units we've seen that aren't on the super, super fast units. Every other unit has been a speed level 1 unit, except for the Monk's also coming out at speed level 2. I believe speed level 3 is until the Swordsman. So the European Swordsman, well, these are 2 as well. Now, the idea, I believe, is that these guys are supposed to be melee powerhouses. You might want to consider bringing these guys home. Those guys aren't going to do any damage. Oh, they are doing. I stand corrected. Not enough shields to protect that amount of units, apparently. But he backs off because he's not going to do any more damage. Shields, catapults, ballista, monks, archers, spears, macemen, horse archers, Arabian Swordsman. Oh, another slingers. It's a pretty decent amount of a pretty decent unit combination, I must admit. We even saw some. Well, we saw the results of some quick warning. I don't know if the screen ever showed it. If it did, then I'm just going blind. Where is Altaruss' lord? He's walled in here. He did not heal him up. He's walled him up instead of healing him, while CIO has healed him up. Here he goes. He did put him up right next to it, as I had suggested. And no, he can't hear me. I'm not streaming or anything. It's just a recording. So, you know. He has cleared that tower. He's going to send some archers up into that tower and put the swordsman there to defend it. I love it. The Macemen are trying to go through. Now, Macemen have the advantage against European swordsmen. Clearly, they have the advantage against Arabian Swordsman too. But now we've got all these units. We've got Spearmen and Monks coming out this way. These guys are fast enough to pull away from that and survive. But I think he's going to try force the fight. And he pulls back his archers. Leaves his slingers, cheap slingers there to do as much damage as he can. And now he brings his other units forward. Now they realize he's going to win it. A fully walled in cathedral. These guys are obviously sick and tired of their cathedrals getting destroyed. I'm not sure I think that's fair. I kind of feel like if you can't access the building, you shouldn't be able to recruit from it. Like from your key, I mean, this one here would be perfectly fine because you can access that. But I feel like this one here, no one can get to it, just like because no worker goes to it. You shouldn't be able to recruit from it. That's what I reckon. Probably a unpopular opinion, but it is my opinion, and I stand by it. Like, I got upset when they used to do that to the, what was it, the granary. They used to put 4 tiles of wall on each side of the granary, just leaving the corners open, which means that there was enough access to it for your bakers and farmers to be able to drop food into it, but not enough access to it for any units to actually destroy it. I got upset with that, and I told them, nah, you're not allowed to do that. And thankfully they never thought about the fact that they can actually change their mind now, because I'm not actually around to have any say on any rule changes. It's a lot of monks. Like, archers can definitely deal with that amount of monks, but it's a lot of monks. You can't fight that. I mean, she's got a lot of units, so maybe you can. And he's even got the swordsman, European swordsman coming out. Is he going to burn that? Please tell me he's going to burn that. Burn it. Burn it. Burn it. Burn it. Burn it. Not those guys. Don't burn those guys, burn that guy. Clearly there's some pitch. That's the only reason I can think of for the braziers. There's some pitch stitches somewhere around here. Wait, these guys need to... Oh, I destroyed the bottom layer of wall so no one can get up there. Clever, very clever. Come on, no, stop these guys shooting there. There's nobody really behind that anymore. And shoot this. This spot right here. Yes! Yes! Burn it. Burn it. Burn this mother. Burn it. Burn it. You can't do it. He's focused on the wrong one. He's walled off the wrong one. Burn it. Yes. Burn it. Oh no! He thought he rolled off the right one! That was right about to burn! Oh no! He rolled off the wrong one! Focus on this one and it'll burn! One more shot on that guy should make it burn. And now he's still gonna stop trying to make anything burn at all. Flat 100 monks. Burn it. Burn! Let it burn. He's destroyed the one building, but the other one's still going. And it spreads. And these guys will stop any of these guys being destroyed. And it spreads. You might want to pull those guys back. I would have these monks destroying the tower by now. If I was CEO. All these monks are still around. And he's recruiting more of them. That is so ridiculous. Looks like I got some messages from Lotus that I'll have a look at that after the game. And you guys, he's going, yeah, look, let's get this thing destroyed. And fair enough, I would be too, considering he's just spamming out more monks. I'll be wanting to destroy that cathedral, and that'll be a ton of damage as well to Altaruss'. Destroy it. Stop going for the walls and go for the building now. You can get the building. There we go. Destroyed. That hurts. I mean, this hurts. But that hurts even more. That's against the convention. What convention? He's calling the GG, and fair enough, I would be too. That was a great final kill in CIO. The goal going into his favour makes a lot of sense. Well played. Very well played.